Slimy, yet satisfying.
What is up, everyone? I am Viral Vinnie, and welcome to another live reaction, this time for the Resident Evil Showcase for October 2022. So it's been a while since we did one of these. So going into this one, it's very interesting because I think compared to other stuff like the Silent Hill showcase that they did yesterday, which I didn't do a live react to, but you can follow all my thoughts at ViralVinny on Twitter. But yeah, compared to most showcases where even something like an indies world or like a Nintendo partnership or whatever, where going in, it isn't going to be some mind-blowing, crazy reveal or presentation. There's that expectation going in. There's still the potential for it to surprise you, to have a game you never heard of, or you never even thought of, pop up and like kind of steal the show. But with RE Showcase, I feel like this showcase in particular is in a very weird position where going in, I feel like we know pretty much everything off the bat. We know that, they're obviously going to talk about the 8 DLC. You obviously know they're going to talk about 4 Remake. They're going to talk about RE Verse in some regard. So it's like, what's really left after that? Like, the Netflix show just got canceled, so they're not really going to announce a show at it this time. They could announce one of those like CG anime movie things, but I really don't. We'll see if that happens. But I don't know. The weird thing for me is, again, there have been presentations where I've been like, we'll see what happens. I'm just watching it. I'm just here to be part of the conversation, to enjoy it. But I don't know. This is such a weird one where Resident Evil is a franchise I really do like, I really enjoy. It's a franchise I should love more, where, it should be on the upper echelons with a series I hold in high regard, like Kingdom Hearts or Metal Gear, where I'm like, okay, I love the characters of Resident Evil. I love the horror. I love the action. I love the silliness. I love, the over-the-top convoluted plot. Like, I love all of it. It just doesn't really coalesce together where it's like, it's not like this thing I'm hugely passionate about. It's just like, oh yeah, I like Resident Evil games. They're dope. So I don't know. I guess that's the big thing for me going into this presentation, is the fact that we know so much going in, and we already have a rough idea about what they're gonna show. Are they gonna have enough content to really surprise us and go like, oh, okay, this would, I didn't expect this, or this is a surprise, or whatever, or is it just gonna be very much like, oh, this could have been a tweet, this could have been a blog post type deal. So we're gonna have to see. But again, I am excited for 4. 8 was a great game, never played it, but I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's gonna be very interesting to see what this presentation has to offer.
And when it came to directing, as with other titles, each director did their thing, and they brought out something great for each game by adding something special
Clink.
for each of the titles. That has been the case for all of the franchise titles. There are some players who became
So full transparency,
regardless of one feature,
because I have 50 seconds to kill, and I kind of blew through a whole opening speech. I had to redo this. I only got about halfway through. Typical streamer thing. I was feeling it. I was vibing. And then I looked down. I'm like, oh, how much time is left? The record button was not hidden. So bear in mind, I've seen the first part. Full transparency, I've only seen up until... I've basically seen 8 DLC and RE Verse, which, like I said, we already knew. So all that I've seen. But I'm still going to try and keep it as fresh and as off the cuff I already have been heavily drinking, which was not my intent, but it definitely has been helping keep it loosey goosey, more off the cuff. I do have a second beer though, because I am an alcoholic. Oh god! As I fail to do it a second time. This one is recording. There we go. Perfect.
Oh my, company. How on earth did you get in here?
Do they not have a presenter? I can't remember if the last one had what's her face, Brittany Brombacher. Or, it's very interesting that they don't have a presenter this time, and it's just this in-game thing.
I do so strive to please my patrons. I hope we can become well acquainted. But of course, it is not I who is on display here.
What's
but
no
rather
toy
the wares on offer for you.
for
I deal in all
you?
manner of commerce, but today I trade in knowledge. This place is a veritable hoard of information, gathered from all throughout the realms of man. The more hard-won the knowledge,
Like Resident Evil is such a goofy series. Like, I feel like you have series like Silent Hills if you want to do a psychological deep dive, you know, emotional type horror, and then Resident Evil it's just dumb stupid action movie like Friday the 13th or Halloween or Freddy Krueger, where it's like, yeah, this is still a horror, but this is kind of a fun horror, an action horror, and I feel like that's where RE sits best, where it's like, it's not full. Wait, half birthday? What is it? Where I feel like, yeah, like RE works best when it is not comedy, but it has a bit of silly goofiness to it. And it doesn't take itself 100% serious. Just like 95% serious.
You are my precious rose.
And I didn't care.
I'm gonna give it to a kiss from the rose.
I'm so sorry. I love you.
What the? Oh, well, Ethan died. Whoops. Spoilers. Alright, I didn't know that. Whoops. Probably should have played the game at this point, but... Oh, and she's got superpowers, because of course. Again, RE is stupid. Like, you have Wesker and all the other people with the viruses, and you can just do magic stuff. Like, it's stupid. Like, does it make any logical sense? No, who cares? It's just dumb fun. Fat Man's back. That's cool. Gotta love the Fat Man.
I love you, but I won't let anything happen to Rose.
I've got this.
Yep, now she's going Super Saiyan. Were there ever werewolves in Village? I know we've already spoiled it because the Ethan's dead, so you know, rip Ethan. But I don't remember seeing a lot of gameplay or trailers or stuff with the werewolf. So
Ethan gave his life to protect Rose. And in the end, you see how she's grown. What kind of person is 16-year-old Rose? That's what we wanted to explore. So
she's a much different person from 13-year-old Rose or even 11-year-old Rose. Why did we make her 16?
Said you had something important.
Purely altruistic reasons. It's not because we you know, we're being weirdos.
Get rid of her unwanted powers.
And you're like, oh, okay.
She is forced to return
Oh, yeah.
to the origin of
The
her misfortune.
origins.
We thought that concept had a lot of potential for an interesting story.
Yeah, like I'm sure. Obviously, I'm joking, but it is kind of weird how.
Going back one more time
What is
to
it?
that village.
I guess 11 or a 12-year-old would be too much. We're like, oh, we don't want to put a child in danger. But 16, that's fine. That's golden. She's an adult at that point. We can abuse the fuck out of her.
Even if they only last for an instant, like the feeling of being attacked by a giant doll, or something else similarly so completely unrealistic, can remain as a fragment of a memory.
Okay, now she's the doll now. Okay, cool.
I
Cool,
want
cool,
the
cool.
power of the feeling of fear to come from the kind of memories and nightmares that still haunt people to this day.
Yeah, that would haunt me too if there was giant dolls. That would freak the fuck out of me.
We wanted to choose characters that would interest people who didn't play the mercenaries mode, but would be interested in playing a different type of character. There are characters called lords, and playing as them allows you to perform amazing skills and attacks that a regular human could not. Being able to play them
You can
is more
eat
fun.
2 pounds of Taco Bell, not a single run. You can keep that shit inside and just keep snacking and snacking away.
We balance things to ensure that as little time as possible is spent waiting for enemies to appear. For instance, if a player doesn't finish off an enemy, it will chase after the player. We made adjustments like this to raise the tempo and increase the fun of defeating enemy after enemy.
See, I'm sorry. I understand it is a very hard thing. It's not a simple case as like pulling the camera back and doing all that other stuff. You have to adjust the game design and all this other stuff. It's not a simple case of
There are some players
just
out there
making
who
it
find
third person.
or experience
I still feel like third person should have been a free update or something like that. Like I just think it's so weird and scummy that you have to pay for third person for essentially the same game. Because to my knowledge, they're not adding new story stuff. They're not adding any stuff. It's just
immersion and fear.
the first person, and I think that's weird that they're charging
It doesn't feel as much
for a
like
camera
yourself
angle.
or dying. And you can enjoy playing it as a game to confront the fear that it creates, which is a very different experience. I think third
Like I also hope they don't.
people to return to
This is just my weird OCD. I just hope they don't
and an experience.
go back to third person for 9, because it'd just be weird to like 7 first person, 8 first person, 9 third person. Like I think for me personally, I kind of want them to just at least to do the trilogy. Like, hey, that's a first person trilogy, and then you can go back to third. But like, my OCD would be upset if they only did 2 and then not finish the trilogy. And how, like, I would even be fine if it launches with the option for both. Like, hey, you know, it has first and third person mode at launch automatically, which, like, yes, it's going to add to dev time and all that other stuff. But, like, that game's already, like, 5-6 years away. So, like, I wouldn't mind waiting for that if you have both at launch.
Third-person mode will be available. Here is the release
Wait,
date
oh.
and platforms for the demo. This demo can be played for a total of 60 minutes in third-person mode, or the previously existing first-person.
Why would you play the demo if you already have that first person? Like, I'm pretty sure there was a demo a while ago. Oh, okay, now the world premiere. But yeah,
No, doesn't change.
I hope they at least, yes, I know it's gonna be more dev time. It's more gonna be on other stuff. I just want them to, again, just for my own personal OCD, just for me, no one else, just me. That's all. Okay, Ari verse. See, like, again, Ari just has like such. It's not like reality because you have like these like drones and robots and mutants and all this other stuff. Like it's Hollywood action or Hollywood horror or the other stuff. Like, does it make sense? Not really, but like it's so fun.
Verse is free content for those who own Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. This game has crossplay, and you can fight.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
platforms.
That is awesome.
Those who already own Resident Evil Village will be able to participate in the early access period starting October 24th. Additionally, updates are planned for Resident Evil RE
Six
Verse
survivors.
after it has been officially released.
Oh, it's not out yet.
For the early access and updates.
3 more survivors. Okay. It's weird, like just a side mode has a roadmap, but here we are. This is the world we live in.
Resident Evil Village will be playable on even more platforms.
How? It's on everything.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Sandmo, and I'm part of the GPU software team at Apple. During the keynote at our worldwide...
They announcing it for the head.
Capcom announced Resident Evil Village will be coming to the Mac.
Oh, the Mac. Okay, I thought they were announcing it for like Apple's new headset thing.
Of Apple Silicon. We couldn't be more excited.
Okay,
the
then.
game will be available
Cool.
to Mac users around the world.
Shout out to Mac users.
Resident Evil Village is the first project based on Capcom's RE engine to support the Mac and runs natively on Apple Silicon. And since
Why
the
is
game
this man saying
optimized
it's
to take advantage
silicon?
of metal-free features
Silicon
and
graphics
upscale,
computers.
Gameplay is incredibly responsive, with high frame rates and beautiful visuals. This means that every Mac, from MacBook Air to Mac Studio, will be able to play
The
Resident
fuck
Evil
is Mac
Village.
Studio?
Stay
Sounds like a
tuned for
program, not
information
a laptop. Oi, babe, whip out the Mac Studio, will ya? Oi, grab the studio. Like we're in the studio. This is the department.
And I am Yonatani from Ubitus.
It is a great honor to be taking part in this global project of the Resident Evil franchise on cloud with Capcom. With the launch of the cloud version, not only fans from Japan, but from all over the world can play the game on Nintendo Switch without thinking about the download time.
I just bought RE5 for the roommate and me to play.
60 FPS.
And I think RE5 is the perfect game for Switch because it is a co-op game. It has the built-in Joy-Cons. It's made for the PS3, so like the graphics are going to be slightly better. But like, I don't know, just these cloud versions are just like, I don't know. I understand they're trying to put it on the Switch, they're trying to fill that market, but me personally, like at this point, like the game's going to be so compressed. You're going to have to play online. Like at that point, I just rather play on the PlayStation or the Xbox. Like I understand they're trying to fill a market and trying to put, make extra money, but it's just like, I don't know. Like even even this I can understand because it's a PS5 game running on Switch. That's a lot to ask. You have stuff like the Kingdom Hearts collection where there's zero reason for that to be a cloud version. Even Kingdom Hearts 3 I could kind of understand maybe, though, like you could have done it, but like the 1.5 and 2.5 that was on the PS3, so there's zero reason why that had to be a cloud version. They could have done it on a cart, but I understand cloud's just the easy way to go. It's like, well, we don't have to compress and do all this other stuff. We can just do a cloud version and do it. Our hands are done. So I understand it allows more games to come to the Switch, but I'm not a fan of the practice, to be honest.
What a greedy thing you are. No, it's quite all right. I love to see a healthy appetite. I'll do my best to sate your hunger.
Shit,
Come,
your hunger.
have a look at this.
Oi, check this out. Oi, have a look. Okay, here we go. Okay, so fun fact, I actually am vehemently against this remake, and I don't like the idea of it being remade. And that's because I feel like RE4 is a perfect game. Full stop, period. Like, yes, the double-edged sword with a lot of video games is like eventually the controls get outdated, the graphics are ugly, the visuals are sluggish, but I feel like RE is a perfect game where yes, the visuals can definitely be improved, but the core gameplay is solid. See, like, yeah, this is beautiful, but like visually, yes, there's tons. You can always update an older game. Like every couple of years, you can give it a new, fresh coat of paint. But for me, like in terms of the story and the levels and the gunplay and all the other stuff, even yes, with the tanky controls, I feel like it is perfect. Like even all these years and decades later, it's a perfect game. So my thing for me is like, how do you improve an already a 10 out of 10? How do you make a 10 out of 10 more 10 out of 10? Where even with The Last of Us Part 1, there was a bit of blowback and there was some issues where like it got like 8s and 9s, which is still really good, but like it wasn't this banger. And that's my worry for RE4. We're like gonna be like, okay, yeah, it looks nicer, it plays a bit better, but it's the same game. Like for me, if you're going to do a remake, you need to take it to the next level. And I just don't know how you do that with a 10 out of 10 perfect game. Like, I'm give them the opportunity to prove me wrong. I'm just not holding my breath that this one is going to change stuff radically too much.
I read you. What's your situation? What the hell's going on? What was that? No fucking way.
Oh, his neck is like fucking snapped. That's awful. Okay, this game's kind of buying me because I'm like, the whole stealth mechanic is definitely new. Also, for the record, this is where like stuff started to cut out, so, or where I had to restart the recording. So this is all new to me. Baby Eagle. Tiny Concord. Miss Liberty.
My escorts are. Gotta go. Talk later.
Oh, there's the... Apparently that's all I need to shut me up is a duck button. That's how you update a classic, you add a duck button. Oh, wow, okay. It's funny because I have Mercenaries on the 3DS, which is... It's a pretty good game. It's not worth full price. Wait for a sale. But it's just crazy how, like, I'm so used to seeing that town in that dinky 3DS graphics, and then you look at this, and it's like, wow, holy crap. This is, like... I've played this map hundreds of times. But this is, like, night and day. Wow. Freedom stab for America. Okay. Interesting. What? This is so stupid and I love it. Yes.
What did you think?
Like, yes, that was the dumbest thing ever. He blocked the chainsaw with a pistol, but fuck yes, I love it. Is it scary? No, but it's fucking amazing.
State-of-the-art graphics to strengthen the core concepts of the title. We think this game will provide a fresh experience with a sense of familiarity if you played the original that both newcomers and veterans to Resident Evil 4 will enjoy.
Alright, they sold me. I'm hyped. I'm excited now.
Have all new ways to attack. They are closing in on Leon during his mission and will attack with an even greater variety of methods than in the original release. Leon fights back with firearms, close combat maneuvers, a newly added parry using his knife, and
CQM. Ooh. Wait, wait, no. Wait, okay. I might have had a few too many drinks.
Are critical for survival. Just as in the original,
Yes, the fucking suitcase.
will be key. In addition to managing the weapons and items you carry and synthesizing herbs, this also allows you to craft ammunition and other items.
Oh,
Maria, stranger.
they fucked up his voice.
The merchant.
Something new. Because, like, the old one's like, oh, what are you buying? Oh, it's very good. And this one's like, wait, what you buying, mister? Oh, you want a knife? Oh, okay, we'll give you a knife.
Trade mechanic where rare gems you've collected can be exchanged.
He just has a
for items.
softer voice, which is fine. Yeah, you can't go wrong. It's just more cockney. I'm fucking. Oh, he's a fucking guy.
Core experience
The other guy was like, oh.
and modernizing the playfield.
I don't know if it's a good or a bad idea that I've recorded two of
Now
these.
I'd like to share some new information regarding this product's release.
April.
We announced that Resident Evil 4 will also be available on PlayStation 4, in addition to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, and PC.
We're canceling it. Fuck it.
PlayStation 4 version can be upgraded to the PlayStation 5 digital version at no additional
Also, it's
cost.
weird there's no Series X, or
I'd like to
1X,
introduce
excuse
two
me.
Other editions we are preparing.
This is gonna be
Players
it right
looking
here.
for More than the standard edition. The first is the deluxe edition,
DLC
which will
bullshit.
be available for all platforms.
Casual, romantic,
This
hero,
includes additional
villain.
content, such as costumes, special weapons, a treasure map, and more. Next is the physical-only collector's edition. This edition includes the contents of the deluxe edition, as well as a
I'm not one for
replica
statues. That's a nice statue. I'd
art book,
if I had the extra
soundtrack,
funds, I'd buy
and
that
more.
statue. Excuse me.
Also, pre-orders start today.
What's the date?
If you pre-order the standard edition, you'll receive the attaché case gold and special charm
Wait.
handgun ammo.
What is the attaché case?
If you pre-order the deluxe edition or
Wait,
collector's
handgun
edition,
charm.
you'll receive the standard edition pre-order bonuses as well as attaché case classic.
Are they
and
really
special charm
making the
queen
case
bird.
that's held the inventory DLC or like?
If you pre-order the digital version
That's such a
on the
weird thing.
PlayStation Store, you'll receive a mini soundtrack. You can secure these bonuses by
It's so weird.
pre-ordering Resident Evil 4. Thank you for watching so far. We are working hard to create a game that everyone will enjoy. So please, look forward to it. Before I go, we have one more update for you. Let's take a look.
They've burned through all the stuff that we know about, so this has to be something new. You would hope. Otherwise, it's just like, oh, for Ada story. Yeah, it's just if they make Ada story DLC, that's gonna be bullshit.
You're here looking for someone? Maybe.
Because that's even the worst part is, you know, on PS4, you get like the Ada story and the Mercenaries and all the other like basically all the updates they've done throughout the years. So for me, that's why I'm like, I don't know why you need a PS5 version or a remaster or a remake when the PS4 version is still so good and such a fantastic game.
Graham, are you in here?
And I really hope they don't lock some of that content to paid DLC or whatnot.
Hearing the president's orders.
What is that? What do we do?
We need to go.
Ashley has pants now, so nice. That's good.
You can stop right there.
Ada, who are you? And what are you doing here?
My faithful disciple will show her the path.
Ashley, run!
The entire world shall overflow with his grace.
I'm also going to take this moment to publicly say, fuck the people who complain about Ashley. You just put her in the dumpster and she's fine. Like, Ashley is not that bad of a companion. She does exactly what you tell her. Go into the dumpster, you kill all the enemies, and then it's easy. Ashley is not that bad. I don't understand all the hate for her. She's definitely annoying, but in terms of like AI companions, I've had way. Oh, okay, now she's shooting people. Okay, pretty sure that's new. They're changing the story. Interesting. That or I'm. Oh, that's so close. Don't you dare end it there.
Enjoy the Resident Evil
Ah,
showcase.
fuck you.
Let's recap. First, Resident Evil.
Let's recap the
Village
3 things we
launches on
announced.
Friday, October 28th. If you already own Resident Evil Village, you could purchase the Winter's Expansion DLC separately. The Winter's Expansion includes 3 additional modes. The third-person mode, so you can enjoy the main game in a new perspective. The Powered Up, the Mercenaries Additional Orders, and the new story campaign, Shadows of Rose.
Wait, Mercenaries is DLC?
A demo for the third-person
That's
mode will be
bullshit.
available today. Don't forget.
All of this I understand, you know, it's business and whatnot, but it's still bullshit. The Mercenaries is.
Resident Evil Village Cloud.
Oh wait.
available on Nintendo
So what the
Switch
hell is
and
RE
cloud
Verse?
service will be available starting October 28th. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 7 are also
It's just so
coming
weird
to
they have the
Nintendo Switch
multiple
via cloud at a later date.
co-op
Also,
camp,
the
you know,
map version of Resident Evil Village will be
the
released on
multiple
October 28th. The newest entry in
stuff.
the series, Resident Evil 4, will
I'm
release
so
on
flabbergasted.
March
I'm trying to take
24th,
that in.
2023, and you can pre-order it today. We hope you look forward to it. Thank you very much for watching.
Well, well. Looks like you've had your fill. With such a grand display, I should hope so. Oh, I'm afraid I have an appointment I must attend to. Just a bit of bartering with another merchant. An odd chap, but his information's good. And I shouldn't say any more. Anyway, I do hope I'll see you again. I'll strive to prepare a suitably satisfying stock of goods.
Did they just spin around in 360? Like, what the heck is going on? 20. Professionalism. Okay, so yeah, so that was the RE showcase. I really feel like this should have just been a blog post or something like that. So it's like, I understand, like, I'm playing right into them. I'm doing a react. I'm watching along with it. I'm giving them the views. I don't know. For me, it's just... the individual stuff is good. Like, you know, Rose's story looks interesting. I feel like I probably should have played 8. The mercenary mode in a vacuum. Mercenary. That's what happens when I've recorded 2 of these in a row and I'm been drinking the entire time. Mercenary mode in of itself, it looks cool and interesting, and like I enjoyed the mercenary mode on 3DS and all the other stuff. Like, I do think mercenary mode as itself is something they should break out more. It's weird that they always do this, like Operation Raccoon City or RE-verse or this, like literally just take mercenaries mode and make it its own game. Like, add the other characters, add the other maps. Like, I feel like that's a good base starting point. So it's weird that they're trying to do all these other spin-offs for multiplayer titles when they already have the answer right there. Third-person mode should be free. I still believe that. I understand it's an issue. I understand it takes effort. It still should be free. I don't think you get enough bang for your bucks in terms of, like, for it being paid DLC. You know, like, the fact that you have to buy it and pay for it, but it doesn't change the story or the setting or anything. Like, it's still the same game you played before, just now in third person. But yeah, overall, this is just such an interesting... I feel like this is the double-edged sword of having these dedicated presentations where, yeah, you're trying to speak to the hardcore, you're trying to speak to the fans, but the fans already know all this stuff. The fans know, you know, about RE-verse. They know about Mercenaries mode. They know about the DLC. They know about RE4. So it's just like, if you're not going to have something of substance to say and to show off, you really shouldn't do this. And there's whole extenuating circumstances of with the PlayStation showcase, and if it's being done out of spite for Xbox or this or that or whatever. But like the fact is, like, we haven't had a PlayStation showcase this year because they haven't had anything to show. The focus is God of War. They just want all eyes on God of War, and then after that, they will do a presentation when the time is right. And these these showcases, they always just feel like, all right, it's Q1, we have to do a presentation. It's Q2, we have to do a presentation. I love Resident Evil, and I love these games. Like, Leon fighting the chainsaw god with the gun. That's the dumbest thing ever, and I love it. But, like, there needs to be more to these presentations, and it's just like, okay, like, here's an update, here's a patch, here's an update, here's it's DLC. Like, I want to love these showcases more, and I want to continue reacting to them more. But to me, like, even if it was a Capcom showcase, I feel like you would have had more meat on bones, because then you get into stuff like Mega Man, Street Fighter, and all that other stuff, where if these announcements had been part of a larger Capcom showcase, like, hey, we're going to show off the new Mega Man, we're going to show off the new Street Fighter, and then there's going to be like a 5-minute segment about, the Resident Evil DLC, that would be grown worthy. But it'd be like, okay, we understand, this is just stuff to fluff it up, to pad out the bigger presentation as a whole. But there's nothing here that's enough to justify an RE showcase. And that's the biggest draw for me, is that I want there to be, if you have a showcase or a presentation or a state of play or whatever, you need to have something to say. Even if it's the most mundane thing ever. Like, here's some indie Joe Danger thing. Or, like, here's this, like, indie Minecraft riff-off. You need to have something new and something to say than just, like, oh, we've provided an update. Hey, here's a presentation with the release date. Here's a presentation with the price. Here's a presentation with, and you saw there, with all the different gold editions or collector's edition or premium editions. Like, I there needs to be more to these showcases, and I do think it can work. It's just they need to have more to say than just like, here's an update. But that's gonna do it for me. That's gonna have to do it for this episode, this video, whatever thing is happening. But as always, if you want to follow me when I'm not recording reactions and getting incredibly drunk off my ass, you can follow me at Viral Vinnie on Twitch, on our Viral Vinnie show on Twitch, at Viral Vinnie on Instagram, on Twitter, Viral Vinnie show on YouTube. But yeah, I've been Viral Vinnie. This has been the RE showcase. I don't know why I keep calling it RE. It's a Resident Evil showcase for October 2022. And I will check you guys next time.